Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. If you jump on here live here on this Thursday night, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Make sure you give the video a like, a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so and share the video on all social media platforms. Now, my plan is to come on here sometime before Saturday night because there is no NASCAR Cup Series race this weekend, so I'm not going to review last weekend's race until next week before we start talking about Talladega, which comes up a week from this Sunday. Hey there, Marcus. Glad to have you here. Hey there, Austin. Glad to have you here. So there's no NASCAR video this week, so my plan is to come on here sometime before Saturday night and do a few short videos and predict every WrestleMania match. I'm doing fantastic, Austin. Thank you for asking. Just come on here and predict who wins each match, because earlier in the week I previewed the show and talked about, all 7 matches that are coming up on Saturday night. And as of right now, the 6 matches, that'll end up being 7 matches on Sunday night. But I didn't predict the winners. So my thought process and my hope is sometime before night 1 starts, Saturday night, is to come on here, do some short videos and predict the winners. But we are having church tomorrow night since it is Good Friday, so it's either going to be late tomorrow night or early Saturday afternoon before 7 o'clock Eastern time. Just come on here and predict each match and tell you who I think wins each match. Hey there, Rod. Glad to have you here. But tonight I want to talk about NXT, because Stand and Deliver is coming up Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Now, of course, this is one of their bigger, if not their biggest, premium live event, which is why it's taking place WrestleMania weekend. We've got 6 matches on the main card, 1 match on the pre-show. Now, typically, most of the time, I don't talk about pre-shows. Hey there, Peel the P50. Glad to have you here. Because, hey there, Max. Glad to have you here, because most of the time, especially with AEW, the pre-show matches don't mean a hill of beans. It's just people that are thrown in a match so that they can say they were part of the pay-per-view, or on the case of WWE, the premium live event. But Saturday, they're having a pre-show match. This is actually a pre-show match. It has a lot on the line, so we'll talk about it, and then we'll talk about the 6 matches coming up on the main card. The pre-show has a number 1 contenders match for the women's tag team titles. We've got Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson versus Fallon Henley and Jacy Jane versus Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan versus Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. Austin, if you have any predictions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section down below. I love NXT, but I don't talk about it much here on the channel because I don't know how many people actually watch it, even though to me NXT is better than Raw or SmackDown. But I figure since it's WrestleMania weekend, I'd talk about it, because a lot of these people that I'm talking about now may be on the main roster the next 4 or 5 months. Usually right after WrestleMania, they call up a lot of people. Hey there, Katie. Glad to have you here. Now, on the main card, we've got, as I said, 6 matches. We've got Zarya versus Kalani Jordan versus Sol Ruka versus Izzy Dame versus Lola Vice versus Thea Hale in a ladder match for the vacant NXT Women's North American Championship in Austin. I can't answer that question because my hope is to do these WrestleMania shorts where I just pick the winner of each match. And if I do that, then one of the matches I'm going to do, obviously, is John Cena and Cody Rhodes. I don't want to give that video away now because then there'll be no reason for you to watch the video. And then we have Stephanie Vakir versus Julia versus Jordan Grace versus Jada Parker for the NXT Women's Championship. Nathan Fraser and Axiom versus Hank and Tank for the Tag Team Championships. Ricky Saints versus Ethan Page for the NXT North American Championship. And Obafemi versus Trick Williams versus Javon Evans for the NXT Championship. And all this will take place at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Now, my plan is, as I said, to come on here either late tomorrow night or early Saturday afternoon and just do some short videos predicting each winner. So stay tuned for that. And I'm not going to be doing it for NXT, so I'll go ahead and make that part of this video. On the pre-show, the Fatal 4-Way Women's match, give me Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend. On the main card for the ladder match, NXT North American Championship, give me Thea Hale. Give me Jordan Grace for the NXT Women's Championship. Hey there, Bubba. Glad to have you here. Give me Nathan Fraser and Axiom to retain the Tag Team Championships. Give me Ricky Saints to retain the NXT North American Championship. And then give me the D'Angelo family in their match against Dark State. Hey there, Super. Glad to have you here. Hey there, Charlie. Glad to have you here. Hey there, Adam. Glad you're here. And hey there, Celtic Predator. Glad to have you here. Hey there, Frosty. Glad to have you back here on the comment section. All of you, feel free to give the video a like, a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. And Bubba, I used to be a huge UFC fan. What kind of turned me off of UFC? Hey there, Mason. Glad to have you here. And I do like TNA Austin, but it comes on a channel that nobody has. Hey there, Maple. Glad to have you here. What turned me off of UFC was years ago when the NFL started getting sued for concussions. UFC got scared and said, oh no, we got to avoid the concussions. And they implemented all these rules where now when they're on the mat, you can't elbow, you can't knee, and you can't do certain things. And now the guys just get on the ground and hold each other and roll around. And I was like, okay, I'm done. I can't watch this no more. Now, occasionally, you'll see an actual fight where the guys actually go out there and fight. But most of the time, they just get on the mat and roll around and hold each other because they're scared that something they do is going to be illegal. In Q, I am going to be doing a video on South Carolina's 2025 football season coming up here before football starts. Just stay tuned to the channel so I don't spoil it for you now, because I've already did 2 early season previews, one for LSU and one for Tennessee. And I'll do one for South Carolina sometime between now and when football starts. Hey there, Eden. Glad to have you here. In the final match, give me Obafemi to retain his championship. Any thoughts on any of this? Please feel free to let me know. No, Austin, I don't have a show. I had one. I was going to be in the ring. But the show thought, you know what? It's WrestleMania weekend. Almost everybody's going to watch that. So, let's don't run a show and take them away from either being here or not have them here because they're watching. So we'll cancel the show. So I don't have one this weekend. But 2 weeks ago, I had one this weekend. Hey there, Keveron. Glad to have you here. And that is some sad news that came out this morning about Tallahassee and Florida State. But let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. He completed his final job interview with the hardware store. He nailed it, but they screwed him on the salary negotiation. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. And Marcus, I'm glad you're here. I'll be doing a early season preview on Alabama sometime between now and when football starts. But I'll go ahead and tell you, I've seen their quarterback situation. And unless something changes, it ain't going to be good. Bye.